Over the last couple of years, we've seen many celebrities credit the spice turmeric with making them look more youthful, battle depression, and this weekend even learnt that Gary Barlow believes that daily turmeric helps him to lose weight.
Well, but for our next guest, Dieneke Ferguson, this simple Indian spice has, in her opinion, saved her life, and she joins us now alongside Dr. Zoe to tell us more. And welcome both. It's lovely to see you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Dieneke, for coming in today. So you were diagnosed with incurable multiple myeloma in 2007. So if we didn't understand what that is. What is it? How did it affect you?
How did it what?
How did the cancer affect you? Where was it?
Now, multiple myeloma is blood cancer, and it's multiple, so it means it can affect you lots of different ways. So in my case, bones broke. I had 2 vertebrae collapsed. It affects your immune system. I didn't have any kidney problems, but there's quite a lot of things that happen.
So when you were diagnosed, it was stage 3, and for the first 5 years, you went down the conventional route of medicine. You had 3 rounds of chemo, 4 stem cell transplants. What sort of success did you have with that treatment?
I didn't have any stem cell transplants, actually. It's quite complex. Basically, they never got there because they tried to harvest my stem cells, and the stem cells weren't harvestable. Now, basically, the treatments didn't work. The first treatment, I lost my memory at some point. I had to stop the treatment. The second treatment I had for about 2 months, and I lost my hair, which shouldn't have happened. And the third treatment, Revlimid, sort of helped. They tried the transplant, didn't work, because basically they couldn't harvest any stem cells, and then they went back to the first treatment. And that one I was on for about a year. But basically, it's quite harsh because you have lots of side effects.
Well, it got to the stage where the doctor said your body can't take this anymore, and really things were looking very, very bleak. So how did you find out about turmeric? You say that she was a remarkable woman, a blog on the internet. And so what did she say? What did you hear?
Well, basically, it's multiple myeloma. There's not many people with multiple myeloma, but it's a very close-knit community, and it's very worldwide. Now, there's this amazing blog it's run by a woman, American woman from Florence called Margaret, and the blog's called Margaret's Corner. So I was being really sort of following that, and she has got smoldering myeloma, but she has been using curcumin for very successfully to sort of not continue to multiple myeloma. And I'd been looking at it, and other people have been looking at it as well. And when my white blood cells were too low to continue treatment, so I couldn't do any clinical trial or anything, I emailed her and I said, well, what's the quantity of turmeric, of curcumin to take? So she gave me the information, and she actually had the information from a clinical trial that took place in the Anderson Institute. So she was sent the protocol. Now, the protocol means how to take it and how much to take it. So I started taking that, and I told my consultant, who is brilliant, Dr. Jamie Kavanagh. So he said, OK, well, let's see what happens, and maybe it will get better.
And the results were remarkable, because there was no other treatment you were having. This was the only thing you were taking. Yeah. And so what happened? What were your bloods showing?
Now, what happens with myeloma, you just have regular blood tests. And the blood tests, you can see very clearly what's happening, because basically it looks at your white blood cells, your red blood cells, your cancer count, and other things. Now, the blood tests are sort of like every 2 months. And normally, if you don't have any chemo and you have multiple myeloma, your cancer count goes up. Well, it didn't go up. It just stayed the same. And then it slowly went down. So I think it was after probably 2 years, because initially you think, OK, well, this is just coincidence. And after 2 years, my consultant actually in his in his reports, started saying, well, this is remarkable because basically there wasn't anything else.
Well, so much more that it's made the pages of the eminent British Medical Journal, the BMJ, and as you mentioned, Jamie Kavanagh, Professor of Blood Diseases at London's Barts Hospital, co-author of that report, said when you review her chart, there's no alternative explanation for her recovery other than that we are seeing a response to curcumin.